Hello 2023. This is just a quick little goal setting and vision board party to just kick off the year. Today is National Vision Board Day. So what better day than to make some vision boards? So you can drop your location in the chat with an emoji. Kind of know where people are from, so I'll skip past this. All right, so today our path. Number one, we are doing goal setting one-on-one. And then after that, we are going to intentionally manifest our 2023. And then after that, we're going to craft our vision. So be it physically or digitally. So goal setting, how to actually develop goals that you'll achieve this year and beyond. So buckle up, babes, and sit tight. It's about to get real and we're about to set our goals. But first things first, let's look back at last year. And we got Miss Nene Leakes from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, one of my favorite shows in the gifts. So I love Nene. So the highs and the lows. So just drop one high and one low from your 2022. 2022 was an interesting year, felt pretty long, also felt like the third iteration of 2022. So I don't know. It's a good time to sit and reflect and just think of how the year went. So one high and one low. One high for me, I got to travel a good amount. I was tired. One low, I guess it could also be that I traveled a lot and I was tired. So rest is one of those things that's super important for me this year. Um, yeah. So we go to lessons learned. If you had to put your 2022 in a song, what would the title be? Were there any lessons that like stood out to you? Any life-changing moments? You could think on that. No need to rush and figure it out right now. But also, like, how did that really make you feel? And while you all think on this, I'm gonna go turn off this heat. It's loud. Okay. So we've got our look back at 2022. Great. And now let's think on 2023. Okay, so 2023. I know that in 2022, I was just going with emotions, and I found that my years have gotten better when I've actually like sat down and planned a little bit, or at least just thought about how I want the year to go. So, what's your guide? Just what's one word or short phrase that'll guide your that'll guide your 2023. Sometimes one word isn't enough and we need a phrase. It can be a song or a lyric or just something that resonated with you. And then, all right, so true story. Technically, we can't predict the future, but just setting a word to guide your year will help you reset and recenter. So, thinking on it, my 2023 word would probably be patience. All right, so you guys have had enough time to think. I'm just gonna fast forward to the next slide because I'm really excited to create vision boards today. So you're thinking small, but you need to be thinking big. Think big in the words of Uncle Frisco Reese. You need to think big. So all those times when you were playing it small last year, think bigger. Think bigger, do bigger. I'm here for it all. So, how do we think big? Let's start with the big picture. It's easier to set goals when you have an end in mind. I find that setting goals, I organize them by time. So 10 years, 5 years, 1 year goals. And then I create goal buckets. So be it like career, finance, personal, health, spiritual, you get it. And then narrow it down, like make it so granular that you can actually accomplish it. And that's the most important part. So on the right, just have a few examples. So like this year, given a sense of time, this year I want to lose weight. Well, if you only say that, it probably won't happen. I mean, you might lose like 2 pounds or something, but you're not very serious about it and you're not intentional. So you got to do a little bit more for it. So the next goal is this year, I want to save $50 per month. So you see, you have a time, you have the actual goal, and then you put it in a bucket. So it's finance. In 2028, I want to run a 5K in Chicago. Okay, so 2028 being the year, which is your time, running a 5K, which is health, and then Chicago isn't a location. So once you have that, you know, well, there are only so many 5Ks in Chicago. So you need to plan ahead and figure out how exactly can you go from I think Nike says it, from a couch potato to a 5K. I actually think they have that program. But how can you work towards that goal so that you can actually achieve it? And in the words of Solange, do nothing without intention. So yes. Oh, I'll go back to the last slide. Sorry, skipped too soon. So give you a second to just look at it, review it, and then also think about how you want to set the goals for your life and for this year. And I'll also share out this presentation after. So no worries if you all don't catch it or if you feel like it's something that you missed. Just told you about Solange, which is a great album. So intentionally manifesting your 2023. So let's craft your recipe for a successful year. So one thing when I interview like interns and people to help at Water Your Dreams, which P.S. we will be hiring for an intern soon, for the summer. So know somebody, tell them we said hey. Treat your 2023 like a recipe. So I like to know what people's hobbies are, what their interests are, what things that just make them uniquely them. So we're gonna use that, but for our goals this year. So what will you prioritize this year? Treat your 2023 like a recipe out of 10 parts and develop your own. So if you need an example, let's go through some common New Year's resolutions. So a lot of people say, I want to eat healthier. I want to get organized, which that's going to be a big one for me. Learning a new skill or a hobby, living life to the fullest, saving more money, spending less money. Mm, amazing goals. A lot of people also want to quit smoking and then also spending more time with family and friends and then traveling more. So for me, I wrote my 2023 out to be 4 parts financial planning, 3 parts experiences, 2 parts dining experiences, and 1 part rest. Because I told y'all earlier that I was traveling a little bit too much, I had too much dip on my chip and was doing too much. So this year I am trying to relax. I've been reading more. I finished a book already. So drop your book suggestions in the chat if you have any others. I'm here for those too. But yeah, so that's what my recipe looks like. And I want you to take a second and think about what yours would look like. And actually, at this rate, y'all, I think we might be out of here really soon. Okay, so this is the vision board part of the party. So I really assumed that the last part would take longer. In past years, it's taken so much longer. And I think that maybe just consolidating things has helped. But also, it's a Saturday. I know that we all want to get out of here, but we also want to do what we can do for our year and to set ourselves up for success. So I super appreciate the support. So for your vision boards, think back on your previous slides, the goals that you just set, everything that you just created, your recipe, and think about those things, because what's going to happen now is that you're going to search online for a few images that resonate and then highlight those goals. So if you're creating the digital board in PowerPoint or Keynote, you can change the canvas dimensions to a 1080 by 1080 to make a perfect square, or you can just change it to whatever else you want it to be. If you want to keep it in the regular PowerPoint size, amazing. If you want to change it to something that's like 1920 by 1080 so it'll work on your phone screen, that's an idea also. And then I put the common New Year's resolutions right here again, so that way you all can see them and see what other people were thinking on doing, and maybe it'll inspire you to think of some other goals and some other images that you want. So like, say you want an apartment, say you want a new car, you want new furniture, find images that'll really speak to that part of your life that you want. If you want to sit by the beach, find a beach photo. If you want to work out more, find a new gym piece of equipment, or either an old photo of you that you really liked. Whatever makes you happy. So now we're going to do a quick song break. I'm going to have you gather your photos in words. Well, actually, for the sake of recording, I'm going to do the song break right after, and then we're just going to do the last tips and tricks, because this is the last slide. Yay. So just tips and tricks as you're creating your vision board. So try to get one image or word to represent each of your goals. Think on the good times of previous years. So are there any moments that you'd like to repeat? Well, put it on your board. And also just know that you can always change and modify things. So if something no longer suits you, just glue over it. Or if you did it digitally, put a new photo over it and move the layers around. So you put the old photo, either delete it or hide it, and you're done. And then as your year changes, you can continue to look back on it and just realize, like, wow, you've done a lot. Or maybe there's some things that you want to progress on. And just remember that your vision board is beautiful. It's a work of art, and you're an artist just like your life. And so with that, we are going to go into a song break, and then we're going to actually start working on our vision boards. But for the people who we're recording for, we're actually going to stop sharing. And that way we can all get a little bit more personal and intimate and get to know each other. But if you all have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us at What Are Your Dreams, as well as you can message us on Instagram, email us, go to our website, whatyourdreamstoday.com. And thank you, virtual people, for coming out. I'm going to stop screen sharing, and then we can go into our vision boards.